Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Today's Hunter. I'm Tom Smith, and thanks for joining us this week.
Beautiful 8-point.
Today's Hunter, where we bring you the widest variety of hunting opportunities found anywhere in the world today, from big game to upland game and waterfowl. Today's Hunter, where modern-day sportsmen take you to experience the triumphs and challenges of the great outdoors.
Let's go.
Today's Hunter is brought to you by the original L. Thomas Variable Rifle Support, by Swarovski Optics, with the eyes of a hawk for the moment of truth, and by Willis & Geiger, outfitters to the world's adventurers since 1902. When we return, today's hunter journeys to the Great North, Alaska, in search of a trophy Dall sheep. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Alaska, definitely the last great frontier in North America. Hey, this week Tom Pena joins George Palmer with Mystic Lake Lodge to take in some of that Alaskan natural beauty, as well as an opportunity to harvest a trophy Dall sheep.
Although the temperature's about in the 60s now, we expect it may be pretty well chilly, so we're going to wear a couple extra clothes when we're up there. Hello everyone, we're at Mystic Lake Lodge, just 90 miles east of McGrath, adjacent to the Alaska Mountain Range. We're here for Dall sheep with George Palmer. George, thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure, Tom.
George, tell me how a person would get here.
They have to fly in from wherever they're starting from to Anchorage, of course. And then from Anchorage, they'll fly by commuter airlines to McGrath, Alaska, which is 250 miles west of Anchorage. And then from McGrath, Alaska to Mystic Lake, they'll fly with an air taxi operator out of McGrath, 90 miles east. The facilities here at Mystic Lake, it's very rustic, but we have all the modern amenities with hot and cold running water, quarters within the lodge. Of course, we have fishing here in the lakes around the lodge.
The viewers and I are really anxious to know what kind of hunts you offer at Mystic Lake Lodge.
In past years, we booked hunts up to 21 days for 5 species of animal. The desire for that long of a trip has subsided in recent years, and most of the guys are booking trips for just 1 or 2 animals.
Tell me about some of the preparations or the pitfalls that a hunter needs to be aware of.
Hunting Alaska is probably the toughest hunting in the world. It's tougher than any hunting they've done if they haven't hunted here any place else in the world. You need to be prepared for temperatures from, in this time of year, from about the mid-20s to, say, 60 degrees. And always be prepared for a lot of moisture, rain, snow, whatever, but usually this time of year, rain, of course.
Well, when do the seasons open up?
Seasons open August 10th for sheep and caribou, and wolf. Black bear out here is open year-round. Then September 1st, grizzly bear season and moose season opens.
Tell us a little about the quality of the animals that you have found through the years in this area.
About 10% of the moose we take will score well enough to qualify for the Boone Crockett record book. We have an extremely good trophy hunting area for moose out here. Moose might run, we average about 67 inches on the moose we take, and they'll go up to about 76 inches on spread. The sheep in the Alaska range are a little bit lighter horned than in some of the other ranges, but we do take more than our fair share of 40-inch rams. Rams generally go from, that we take, usually run from about 34 inches broom to in excess of 40 inches. And we average about 37 inches on our sheep as far as the curl. Caribou aren't real numerous out here. We've got about 3,500 animals in our caribou herd. Our caribou hunts are usually in conjunction with another species. We have a good population of grizzly bear and some beautiful Toklat type grizzlies out in this country.
Now, how far can I expect to take a shot?
Most of our sheep, because of the country they live in, are taken at pretty close range. It's a very broken country. You have a lot of opportunities to stalk close to the sheep. So it's most of the shots are probably, I'd say an average is no more than, and probably really not even 100 yards.
What kind of terrain can we expect on this hunt?
The camp itself sits down in the timber, spruce, primarily spruce timber, and but you'll be departing the timbered area very quickly when you leave camp and start climbing up the alpine slopes into the higher country, and from that point on you'll be able to see for 100 miles in any direction.
Well, George, thanks again for having us here. I really appreciate it. I know our viewers are going to look forward to this. This is going to be a great hunt.
You're welcome, Tom. It's great having you here. Why don't you go get your gear together and let's go get that plane loaded up and get off to Moose Lake.
I will, man. Doggy. Give it a little update on what we're doing. We've flown from Anchorage to McGrath, where we spent the night. And then today we've flown 70 nautical miles east of McGrath to Mystic Lake Lodge. We're at the base of the Alaska mountain range. Now, George Palmer said right after we get through eating tonight, we're going to fly in 5 miles east to Spike Camp, where we'll be hunting Dall sheep. This is really an exciting adventure. Alaska, I mean, we are totally alone.
Like to bring Jackie over to cook for you too.
Man, this is great.
Well, this is
Tom Pena.
I'm Bob Graham. Good to meet you.
Hey, Bob.
Bob's going to be your guide for this trip up there, and he ought to go easy on it. He got chewed up by a big bad dog here a while back, and he spent a couple days in the hospital. So he's going to be moving about half speed.
Half speed.
Good.
You're lucky.
Yeah,
Believe
yeah.
me.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, you guys have a great time, and we'll be in touch tomorrow night on the radio if you get back at a
Yeah.
reasonable time. You don't get back at 2 o'clock in the morning. Don't expect me to be
Right,
on the
I
radio.
don't think you'll answer.
Okay.
Good. Thanks again.
Have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye.
Do good.
All right. We'll do.
You guys take care, and we'll see you later. All right.
Mark, can you get to... Over there.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and finish getting the camp set up here. Get you guys in, get you comfortable, and then tomorrow, you know, we can hunt. We can't hunt this evening. We'll climb back up this mountain up here behind us. Sheep should be about 1.5 miles from us here right now. But, you never know for sure.
Yeah.
They move, they can do anything they want. They own the country, but we're hoping they'll be back in there. Probably takes about 3 hours to climb the mountain and then find them. And then we have to make up our mind which way to stop when we get there. And then, with any luck, we'll be out there. Should have a sheep and be out there tomorrow afternoon by 6 or 7 o'clock.
It's pretty quick. But again, that's if everything goes great.
Yeah, if everything goes right. Yeah, and of course, it can get screwed up in a hurry.
Yeah, good thing.
They all sleep on that board on the end up there.
All right. It's about 9:45, and we got 3 more hours of daylight left in Alaska here. So we got to get going.
Gotta hurry.
I'm Tom Pena for today's Hunter. I'll see you later.
Today's Hunter is brought to you by the original L. Thomas Variable Rifle Support, by Swarovski Optics, and by Willis & Geiger.
Hey, we'd like to thank George Palmer and Mystic Lake Lodge. They did a great job. And we hope you enjoyed it. And look forward to seeing you next week on another exciting edition of Today's Hunter. For Tom Pena, I'm Tom Smith.